everyone, and welcome to Austin Stadium, home of the Oregon Ducks and the House of Loud, a place where great teams go to die. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the Washington Huskies, taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Ducks will kick it away to start us off. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So Washington's offense takes the field. There are always butterflies to start a game, and when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side. Watch out. But that great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
Does life get any better than this for an offense to start a drive with a first and goal? Pushes toward the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks! Just under 60,000 in this place, but sometimes it sounds like 600,000. An engineering marvel to hold in all this noise.
It's unbelievable. They love their team. They support the Ducks, and they've built traditions and so many teams they should be proud of. Getting them involved early is a great sign for this football.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. They get him down after he makes the catch. Just had a solid pickup on first. Now let's see what they've got on second down. Off play action. Gets him. And he gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Washington sends out the punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now, because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Leaves it with the back. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Here's the handoff. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got it! Touchdown, Oregon! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field, throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter, and I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. We saw a great example of it right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Western Michigan was far from the friendly confines of Kalamazoo, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Let's see if they play it conservatively and try to get some of the yardage back on 2nd and long from the 13. They're trying to get to it. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Boy, was he well protected. Finally lets one go to the left. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
And as a defense, you have to be aware, just because this guy lines up all the way to the right, that doesn't mean he's going to run routes all the way across your face. They lost track of him, and because of that, it was a big explosive play.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. They're working that left side. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. He's got his man. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. The play action fake. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Quarterbacks don't have high completion percentages from their backs. It's been really hard for this QB to get any kind of rhythm. We've got to change something up here. We've got to do something different because right now it's just a sack play.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. He wants to throw it. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. 1st down here for the offense. The give out of the gun. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Makes the grab. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
So many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. Mental errors like that just kill drives. We'll see if they can overcome it. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
The Ducks will punt this one away.
On to punt it away.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. On 1st down, here comes this offense. The give to the back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. After the good pickup on 1st down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Going downfield for the big play. And he's got it inside the 35. Washington right back to the line.
At the 31. And touchdown for the offense.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Fires to the big fella. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down. That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Swings it out to the flat. And oh, did they know that one was coming. They'll knock him down in the backfield. They'll line up for a 2nd down play.
False start.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Using the quick game.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
Touchdown, Washington.
Great execution on offense, and you know you're expecting man coverage in this area of the field, down close to the line of scrimmage, so the receiver has got to be able to win one-on-one, and he did just that on that TD.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
14, Washington, 7.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Off play action on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Now the play fake.
Quarterback gets sacked at his own 2-yard line. Give the defense a ton of credit. They were going for the safety, and they almost got it. Great effort up front by the D.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Ducks decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. Washington wants to go quickly. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down. And more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Running back searching for a hole. He breaks a tackle. They stop him right on the edge of the red zone and pick up a 5 to the 20. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. 3rd down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that 1st down. Going up top on 1st down. Got his man in the middle. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wide out in motion. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Touchdown, Huskies! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. Let's see. He can block, he can catch, he can run. Yeah, let's just forget about the blocking for now. The catching, the running, the scoring is dangerous.
And they do the dirty work, but this is what they would prefer to do. These guys want to catch touchdown passes. Most of these guys were wide receivers in high school, and they show you why. They'll go up, get that football, make plays for their quarterback.
On to attempt the try. Right down the middle. So they started that drive barely into opponent's territory and went 48 yards. And they closed the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Shakes off the defender. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20 and pick up a 5. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Trying play action. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
Those play action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake, and then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Pulls it in on the right. And he's running in the open. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
This offense is high octane, boy. You just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that replay scoring drive. And the finish shows just how potent they are. An 88-yard touchdown pass. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. The pull and throw off the RPO. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
On the play. And that's good enough for first down.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Finds his big tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. 2nd and goal coming up. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Husky.
Touchdown, Washington.
All even up after that one. Basically a brand new game.
And with the tie, guess what? Back to the offense. Back to the offense. Which defense can get a stop? These offenses have been humming.
Lining up for the PAT. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
They'll run play action. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket, and he comes away with a sack.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Got room on the return. And he was finding space, and he took it all the way back to the 22.
How about the big fella? I know this is not in his job description to pick off passes, but the eye-hand coordination, able to get his big paws up there, stabs it out of there. It was like he was almost surprised he had the football, just start rumbling and stumbling once he had possession.
Well, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He makes the connection. Tackled immediately after the catch. The Ducks have taken it inside the 20. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. They are in danger of squandering this great field position unless they can convert this 3rd and 5. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
You know, for quarterbacks, ball security is so important, especially when you're in the pocket. I know you're downfield and you're focusing on what's happening with the coverage, but you got to know these guys up front. They're coming after you, and they're trying to swat that ball away. You have got to keep 2 hands on the football at all times.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He locked up and held on to bring him down. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Getting some heat. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Washington sends out the punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. He spins that thing down the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. The Ducks will hustle to the line. What a nice throw there, just carving up the defense. You make these types of passes downfield, and it reminds me of Justin Herbert just carving up Arizona State for nearly 5 bills.
Yeah, just making big plays in the passing game. This offense is built on the run. It always has been. It always will be. That's what the Ducks hang their hat on, but making those explosive plays down the field when the defense slips up and loses a little bit of eye discipline.
Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Now he's going to break the pocket. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. And the Ducks are moving quickly down the field. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Hit as he throws. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to him. Oh, he makes the catch. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. The defense is backed up as the offense is in the red zone. Takes it from the gun on third down. Going for it all. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
Well, coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
He's back to throw on second down. It's complete to the right. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
He runs out of bounds at the 48.
He's looking to throw it. Fires to the big fella. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Huskies have it with a 1st and 10.
Timeout, Washington.
He's going to pass. Lost, the defense is wide open. Touchdown, Washington! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, heat that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. Gets it out fast. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Nice move to keep running. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Makes a move. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Offense in an empty set. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Working that left side now. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. He's getting plenty of work. 4th time we've seen this guy punt it today. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. The passing game for both sides has been outstanding. On point, unrelenting. They've excelled in the short game, the intermediate game, and especially on the deep ball. All in all, a thrilling display of offensive firepower, and these defenses have a lot to discuss here at halftime. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. The Ducks want to move quickly. He'll keep it himself. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. They go to the ground. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6. 6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance to call for the false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Off the play fake. He's got the tight end. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Washington coming to the line with another 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Quickly complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Going for the big play. And it's caught at the 10. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. This defense needing this energy from the crowd in a goal-to-go situation. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Forges ahead for 1 to the 8-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Power football with the run. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Washington. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35 to 21. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Washington, 35. Oregon, 21.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Right down the middle. He's got him wide open. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
That's a really nice looking throw. And when I think about the Ducks offense, I think about explosive plays, right? In the running game, but also in the passing game. I feel like if this team is going to win the conference, they need this guy here to be able to make throws like that on a consistent basis. But I'll tell you, he really gives them a chance. He makes this offense go. Didn't
get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Running back goes in motion. He's looking for an open man on second down. He's got his man. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry up. I don't think he was the primary receiver on the play, but when you get that open, you become the primary target.
You ain't lying. A great job. Credit to the quarterback seeing it, because you have your primary guy you want to go to first. He sees him wide open, delivers the strike. That's the guy you should hit, the guy that's open. Don't get hung up on that first guy all the time.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And they are fortunate to get the ball back, but unfortunate to have a long way to go after that loss. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Takes a hit as he fires. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one. 3rd and long. They dial up the perfect coverage and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with a massive interception.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Handoff from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Defense getting a boost from this crowd on 3rd and long. The give on the inside. Powers through the defender. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too. This offense has a 2nd down play. Off play action. Feeling some heat. And they're on him immediately. Down goes the quarterback.
This defense has taken the game over. They're winning the game in large part because of how dominant they've been up front and how good their pass rush has been.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the catch on 3rd down, and the rarest of drops for this guy. And the Ducks will punt it away on 4th down. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. And no shot at a return here as the punt goes out of bounds. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got an open man. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. Washington right back to the line.
That's a really good-looking throw right there, and that was a tight spiral, too. You guys remember the great Washington Husky quarterback, Warren Moon? I don't think anybody threw a more pretty ball than Warren Moon did. Tightest spiral I've ever seen. That right there reminded me of old number 1.
The back goes in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Got a man. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. And the Huskies will line it up on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The lost yardage leaves them with 2nd and 11. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Coming after, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Quick strike complete. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. From the gun, the ground game. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll run it from the gun. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble.
Neutrals on defense.
The defender crossed the line a little bit too early. It's a free 5 yards for the offense. Trying to find his man on first down. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
First down for this offense. They move the tight end all over. They'll leave it with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Gets it out quickly. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. Washington sends out the punt team. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll try the run. Still on his feet at the 45. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Pressure coming. He'll try to do it himself. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. Give to the running back. And he didn't squeeze it, it's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He'll pull it down and run. Short gain on the play before he slides. Line getting set on second down. They'll try the right side. Still running at the 40. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. Washington wants to go quickly.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this offense. And I'll tell you what, fourth quarter, you have the lead. That's exactly what you want to do. Lean on these guys, run the football, eat that clock.
Unleashes one deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Grabs it in the middle. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. First and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskies. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did the last drive, David.
No doubt. You cannot give the football away. Again, turnovers are the biggest stats in winning and losing games. You're behind, Palmer. Take care of the ball, but we got to go get a score here.
Yeah, and they just got to do a better job executing. I like the game plan so far for them, but they just need to go out and do a better job connecting the dots.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Discards a man. He'll pull it down. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He fires to the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll take another shot here. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Spits it out to the back. He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
Back to the air one more time. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired. And
I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. They'll run it to keep the clock moving.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Steps away to find some room. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. It is perfect, and that lead grows even bigger.
Washington, 45, Oregon, 28.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. The deficit is large. Hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. They're trying to get to it. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. The Ducks moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And it's his 4th interception of the game. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop him.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. While they could run victory formation, you also have to think about padding those stats. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
48, Oregon, 28.
This is why the passion of college football runs so deep. The rivalries. And when you lose, man, does it stick with you.
No doubt about it, Reese. This was a game circled for a very, very long time. They knew how important this one was. But, David, you can't let games like this beat you twice because this losing team now has to find a way to rebound and go out and play again.
No doubt, got to rebound, but this one stings. This is one that you have circled for a reason. It's a rival. It's bragging rights, but you're right. Let's get back to practice this next week. Let's start focusing. This one's over, but I'm going to get you next year.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.